Hey YouTube, I'm back this time with my Bath & Body Works haul, and you may be thinking, what? Like, don't you not live where Bath & Body Works is? And my answer is virtually not. However, if you have been watching my channel, you know that I recently went on a trip back to Kansas for a wedding, but also for like general gallivanting, and part of my gallivanting was shopping at Bath & Body Works. So Bath & Body Works, I wish I knew how to quit you, but I don't. So here I'm just bringing to you what I picked up on my trip back home. So I'll start with my full-size items and then go into everything else. The very first thing that I picked up, and really this is what I wanted the most, was this Apple of My Eye Champagne Apple and Honey Body Cream. The keynotes here are Pink Lady Apple Sparkling Champagne, Jasmine Honey, Boysenberry Nectar, and Autumn Woods. If you guys know my channel and you know me, you know that pumpkin spice, like that whole thing, isn't my thing during the fall. So my thing during fall is apples. So 2 years ago, I really loved Suncrisp Apple Harvest. This is a different fragrance. However, it is similar enough to be the next best thing as far as I'm concerned. So even though it is springtime here in Australia, this is something that I will definitely be wanting to use around March or April of next year. So I figured I would just pick it up now. The next item I picked up is a full-size shower gel in Sweet Pea. The keynotes here are Sweet Pea, Watery Pear, Sheer Freesia, Luscious Raspberry, and Soft Musk. Also, if you know my channel and you know me, you would know that I generally don't like Sweet Pea on my body. I think that it's a little bit juvenile. However, I have mentioned before that I really love it in the shower. I used to have a couple golden sugar scrubs in Sweet Pea. Really loved the way that the hot water and steam brought out the notes in the Sweet Pea in particular. So that's why I wanted to pick up a shower gel. So I am phasing out my shower gels to a certain extent, and you know, like I've said before, if you're watching my channel, you would know these things about me and about my collection. But like I said, I figured I would treat myself to a Sweet Pea shower gel because I did have some coupons for free items. So speaking of shower gels, I also picked up a number of minis. So these minis were half off, so they were $6 originally, which is like obnoxious. But for $3, I can get down with that. Plus, I had a 25% off coupon and a gift card. So I walked away with 6 minis, and that was $0 out of pocket, so it worked out really perfectly. So the first 3 minis I got are 3 shower gels. These are allegedly made with pure honey. This one is the Champagne Apple and Honey. This one is the Bright Autumn Blooms. And I also picked up the Salted Caramel Apricot. So do I think Bright Autumn Blooms is necessarily an autumn fragrance? No. But especially in Melbourne, where the weather is more mild than the weather in Kansas, like both ways, it doesn't get as hot or as cold. I think that I could use Bright Autumn Blooms any time of year, and I think that it would be appropriate. So yeah, I really love the packaging, by the way. So I hate a lot on packaging, especially this like typography stuff. Like, no thanks, Bath & Body Works. But I think that they did a good job with the minis here. So yeah. And again, I got the Salted Caramel Apricot. Salted caramel, kind of like the pumpkin spice, but really not my thing. But this smelled pretty good too, so I figured I would go ahead and pick it up because I was getting it for just a couple dollars. And really, it was like nothing since I paid for it with a gift card. So then I also purchased these mini hand creams. Not hand creams. I always want to call them hand creams. Not hand creams, Rachel. Mini body creams, 2 in the Champagne Apple and Honey, 1 in the Bright Autumn Blooms. So I'm the person who always forgets until after I made my purchase that I had a gift card. So I was not originally intending on purchasing these kind of travel size items, but it just kind of happened that even before I was walking out of the store, between my transaction and walking out of the store, I remembered, oh hey, I have a gift card. I don't even know if it'll work in Australia, so really I need to use it now. So that's why I just picked those up, and it was quite perfect. So yeah, so that's it. I also have 10 PocketBacs, 6 candles, and then we'll get out of here. So the PocketBacs that I picked up, I picked them up because I only had one PocketBac left in my entire collection. You will see it probably in my November empties. It is an Ooh La La French Tulips. So I wanted to pick up some other ones just to have them around again because I am trying to go back to Wichita maybe like mid next year, but that's not set in stone. So I really don't know when I'll be able to pick up more. So I decided to stock up with 10. Let me pull the kind of like signature-ish ones. Okay, so the first three I have are Beautiful Day. I also picked up a Black Cherry Merlot and a Sweet Pea here. So I really love the simplicity of their kind of like, I don't know, signature collection type PocketBacs. I think that this is really nice. There's nothing too spiffy and like foofy about it. I like the font here. I like that it's metallic. That adds a little bit of sheen and a little bit of like contemporary cool vibe to it, but it's not like gimmicky. So that's why I really was drawn to these signature collection PocketBacs. And especially Beautiful Day and Black Cherry Merlot. I love these fragrances. I love Black Cherry Merlot in like everything. I really wish they would make body care in Black Cherry Merlot, but a girl can only dream, I guess. So those are the three kind of more signature collection fragrances that I got, and the rest of these are more seasonal. So I also picked up two of these new ones that allegedly have essential oils. I picked up a white tea. I have not used this one yet, but I'm a tear drinker. I drink tears, guys. A tea drinker, so I figured this one would be good. Also, this lime basil I have really enjoyed. You can see I've actually used this one a couple of times because I couldn't resist. But I think that this is a really interesting combination, and I love it. I think it's so cool. So yeah, picked up those two. I also picked up for fall the afternoon apple picking. I like this really beautiful green color with the red metallic packaging. I also picked up this Mermaids Are My Spirit Animal. I really don't get into the mermaid thing or the unicorn thing, mustache thing. Like, those really aren't my jam, but I like coconut and I thought the packaging was just fine, so that's why I picked this one up. I also picked up a marshmallow pumpkin latte. This choice kind of surprised me because I have had a couple scrubs in marshmallow pumpkin latte. However, like I said, pumpkin is generally not my thing, but for some reason this was really calling to me, so this will be one that I save probably for like April when it is fall here. But yeah, I just decided that I wanted it, so yeah. And I don't dislike the fragrance because if I disliked it, I wouldn't buy it at all, but it's not something that I want all of the time. Just sometimes I want it. Okay, the second to last one I picked up is this Congrats Pina Colada. This one surprised me. It's a little bit weak, I feel, but it's still good fragrance, so I'm glad that I picked it up. And the very last one also surprised me. This is the Lit Sparkling Citrus. I was hesitant at first because I assumed this would be a repackage of Sparkling Limoncello. However, I am not a messiah of Bath & Body Works repackages, and I will not talk like I am. However, I don't think that this is a repackage of Sparkling Limoncello. And the reason why I don't think that, or the reason why I think I might have an authority on that opinion, is because I don't hate Sparkling Limoncello, but I don't like the kind of sugary aspect of it. I think I feel kind of like dirty and sticky when I have Sparkling Limoncello on, and for that reason I'll tend to gravitate away from it. However, this smells like a little bit more of like a kitchen lemon kind of vibe, a little bit more of a straight, clean lemon, and that's why I liked it. Plus, I think this packaging is fun. So the term lit, okay, like being a high school teacher, I swear I hear that term like 1,000 times a day, or at least I did when I was still teaching. But yeah, I think it's still fun, so I grabbed that. Okay, so the last items I have are my 3-wick candles. I grabbed 6 of them. If I did not have to get them on a plane, I would have grabbed way more than 6. However, these are the 6 that I chose to go with. When I was in there, I would have loved to pick up some Christmas candles, like Frosted Cranberry and Fresh Balsam are like my jam during Christmas time. However, they were not on sale the day that I had to pick them up. So that's kind of like an oversight with planning on my end. But for the rest of these, they were all half off. So I thought for the ones that I got, they were a pretty good deal. So the first one I got is this autumn candle with the wraparound packaging. A lot of us know autumn, but the keynotes here are bright red gala apple, juicy fig, eucalyptus leaf, and fir balsam. Oh, I love this because it reminds me of the way that my house smelled growing up. Can't explain that because I feel like this candle did not exist while I was growing up, but for some reason, like when I was a child, we remodeled my kitchen, or our kitchen, I guess, my parents' kitchen, whatever. And this just makes me think of the fresh wood in the new cabinets. Like, I think that's why it makes me think of that. But it is delicious. I love it. A great autumn fragrance. The next one that I picked up is Heirloom Apple. To my dismay, I think it is different than last year. Last year's has a marshmallow note in it that I think this one is missing. I think this one is just more of a toned down version of Farm Stand Apple that we've seen before. So the fragrance notes here are different from last year. There are golden honey, crisp apple blossom, and fresh sugarcane. And while I do like this, I do wish it would be the same one as last year. So like I said, it smells like a toned down version, a little bit of Farm Stand Apple. I'm not a huge marble person, and it's not just a Bath & Body Works thing, just like everywhere. While I don't dislike marble, I think that it's pretty in a lot of ways. I'm really not a person who goes nuts for it. However, I thought this pink marble was really pretty, and I think that it's totally appropriate with an Heirloom Apple fragrance. So I think I might hold off on burning this until February, so it'll still be hot here, but it'll be around that time where it's starting-ish to turn into fall. So I figured this would be a good transition fragrance for that. But yeah, like I said, I wish it would be the same as last year, but I still think this is pretty good too. The next one that I picked up is one that I purchased last year, but just in the different packaging. This is Cider Lane, and this year it's in the White Barn Cork collection. The keynotes here are warm caramel, Granny Smith apple, dark brown sugar, and ground clove. I'm really not a brown sugar person, not a clove person, but I think with the apple and the caramel here, this is delicious. I love it, love it, love it. And I'm so glad that I gave Cider Lane a try last year because I'm really happy that I have it this year too. The next one I have is this Golden Citrus. This is a repackage, at least I believe so, of Autumn Sunshine from last year. And in fact, even the keynotes are pretty similar. The keynotes are Sparkly Mandarin, Warm Cedar, and Golden Amber. I don't think this is the fragrance for everybody. It's certainly a citrus cedar cologne fragrance, but I think that there would be a certain niche of people this would appeal to, and I am in that niche, whatever that niche is, I guess. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting fragrance. I don't know that I've seen this on social media, but then again, last year I hardly saw Autumn Sunshine on social media either. So like I said, probably not something that appeals to the masses, but I was really happy to get my hands on this, and I believe this is the only one that I saw in my store, so I was happy about that find. And speaking of great finds, the very last one that I had is actually two of these. I'm generally not one to purchase two candles of the same thing, but this was my exception. So this is the Hooray candle, and this, I believe, is a repackage of Pink Apple Punch. Yep, that's it, Pink Apple Punch. Pink Apple Punch is my favorite candle that Bath & Body Works has ever done. So when I heard that this is a repackage and I smelled it for myself, I knew I had to pick up two. So the keynotes here are Bubbly Champagne, Pink Lady Apples, and Juicy Honeydew. I think that those are actually still the same notes as in Pink Apple Punch. So, you know, yeah, I think that the typography, quotable, packaging, whatever, is a little bit gimmicky, a little cheesy, and even my boyfriend commented when I showed him these candles, he's like, what is that? And I just had to explain to him Bath & Body Works love, and I do mean undying love, for typography in 2017. But I thought that this was, for typography and for the quotable stuff they do, I thought this one was pretty cute. I really like the kind of like holographic or whatever iridescent dono quality of the text here, but yeah, I figured it was really fun. I was very relieved that they still had these candles because I've been seeing them for months, and I'm so glad that I have my hands on two. So that is my Bath & Body Works haul. I will next have kind of an odds and ends haul of just things I think are fun and things I wanted to get from the US that I'll have next. So just stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, please like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at YellowBrickExpat, same way it's spelled here. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.